Good morning, everybody, or afternoon if you're catching this later on. Mindset Explosion, Season 3, Episode number 15. And I know I haven't been on for a while, but yesterday got a little bit inspired to get back on this and do some videos. So hopefully I can do some more over the next coming weeks. I hope you're all well, okay? I hope everyone is staying safe, during these times. And I know there's still a lot of uncertainty, well, in this country, UK, but that's just how it is. That's just how things are, I guess. Today, what I would like to talk about, though, is because when there's a lot of uncertainty and there's been a lot of loss as well. Obviously, there's a lot of loss at the moment, and we know I'm not even going to say that one word that we hear on the news every 5 minutes, but there's just so much happening at the moment around us, and other lives are trying to go on, and we're not sure what's going to happen, I guess, but we are sure. We can be sure. So I'm just going to invite a few people onto the Facebook Live. All right, and then we'll get started. All right. Okay. So look, as soon as you're watching, please drop a heart in for me or an explosion emoji. Because if you get something from this, then it's nice to let someone else get something from this and share it as well. So look, at the moment, it might possibly be that you could be experiencing a lot of negativity or fear emotions. A lot of people going through some grief at the moment as well. And that could be grief from many different things as well. It's just one of these things that we're all having to deal with and cope with at the moment. And I'm here at my academy today, Cheltenham Martial Arts, because I've had to do a couple of things here. But I have those same fears and those same emotions. What's going to happen? What will we do here? How will we get through it? So those things are ticking over in my head, and I kind of wanted to share today how I cope and deal with that. Now, I've been in a situation where I just felt there was what was working for me, and it just absolutely felt like nothing. I felt alone, and I felt all these things before, and it was tough, and I got through it. That's the most important thing, right? And I learned some skills to kind of deal with that. The crazy thing was I had those skills there. I just allowed these things to overwhelm me, I guess, at the time. And I'm in a similar situation right now with the outbreak, because who knows what I could sit here and think, well, who knows what's going to happen. And so I've got this a similar situation, but I got those different strategies to cope with that, if that makes sense. So first thing I think is assessing that situation. So if you're feeling it, it's happening. And some things you just got to go through anyway. Some of these emotions, especially for grief, you just got to go through that and have, talk it out. Have that trusted person that you can talk to. It doesn't matter if it's a trusted person, you should be able to say all the stupid stuff. And once that's kind of out, that's definitely going to make you feel a little bit better, because your brain will think, well, actually, maybe I don't need to feel this way. And I'm talking about obviously quite broad range here. But movement is definitely good as well. Now, I know we've been restricted, but we can do some sort of exercise at home. You can just bounce upon the spot. But I know when I stay still, that's really when I start to tick things over. And if it starts to get that negative, if I don't get myself up and start moving, that's going to start growing in the wrong direction. So basically, whatever we're focused on is what we're going to get. I was going to do this drill, but if you say, look behind me now, and if you focus on how many beige or brown chairs you can see, or how much of that color, focus, all right? And think, how many objects are of that? Now, close your eyes, and I'm sure you could tell me the number of beige or brown chairs that are there, but could you tell me how many were black? All right, how many of the black chairs were behind me? All right, it might be a bit difficult because they're all kind of jumbled up, but your brain was totally in tune with what you was focused on. So if we allow too much of the negative to consume us, and there's plenty of it at the moment, I've fallen a bit foul of it because I just needed to offload about certain decisions made for government or whatever. So get it off your chest, but don't spend so much time on your journey or your new journey or part of that journey stopping to throw stones at things, because it's just going to take you longer. So if we stay stuck in that, we get caught up in it as well. And yes, there's Facebook and social media, they have their pros and their cons, but you can still control what what you're seeing, what's being fed into you. So get yourself. We maybe can't surround ourselves with like-minded people at the moment. Hopefully we can if we're in our households, but we still need that the other exteriors, right? But there's plenty of things that you can look for that, whether it be something like this or another motivational mindset, or just learning a new skill. There's still time for that, right? Because not everyone is going to be going back to normal just yet. So yeah, it may not be the answers that we wanted on Sunday for a lot of us. It definitely wasn't for me. As much as I understand it, and I could find all different holes or why this and why that. I could spend so much time frustrating myself about it and frustrating everyone else about it, and then they're frustrated. We end up frustrating each other. So it's good to talk it out, but don't spend too much time on that, because it will just consume you. Get yourself moving and understand when we have like fearful emotions. So one of my fears right now is, well, what are we going to do when we open? When are we going to open? And how will that work out? So that's an energy that starts to, it's, that fight or flight mode. So it's just nervous energy, but it's the same things happen in your body when you're excited, when something great is happening for you. It's exactly the same. You get that kind of nervous feeling, exactly the same. So my top tip really is bounce on the spot, move, and start thinking about what you can do. And it is simply asking those right questions. So, but if you can, what if you're going to find what ifs, at least find what if, but what if it works? Look for those. What if this works? What if, actually, I find a new job? Or what if, let's say here, what if, I'm not looking for a new job, I talk about it south, but what if I really just work hard and I put on a new program and I make it work for everyone else? What if we talked more? Or what if we did this? But things that are positive that are going to work for you. So, but you have to focus on that. Remember the drill here. Focus on what you want. Have that desire for it. If you got, and then believe in yourself. Believe it can happen. Just believe in that, and then make it happen. Yes, it might change. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. There's always these little loopholes and hurdles that are going to come along the way. I think when this first lockdown was announced, I kind of had it in my head, maybe by June we'll be back, but it's now looking more like July. So, okay, actually, I might think a bit more further. I'll prepare myself for September. That's a bit more for the worst. If it happens before then, yeah, happy days. But it could change daily. But there's always ways to adapt things. Always ways to adapt things. It's just having that open mind, but only then you got to focus on it. And then use that energy. So as soon as it's just that, say on Sunday, I sent a few posts and I could see where people were getting scared and just sharing in some of the groups that I'm in. And that's really important. You got that, if for those who have that network and say, hey, don't worry about it. This is what we can do. Or just that reassurance. And as long as then afterwards, it's like, actually, yeah, I'm just being a bit of I just got that fear kicked in. Then it's time to take the action. So I'm not saying avoid negativity, because we need to offload stuff. But it's when it's just constant. Obviously, that's not really good for us. But be aware of it. Offload, no worries. Offload, do it to yourself if you got to, rather than get into a full-on discussion. But don't look for problems. If you feel there's a problem there, just look for the solution. Life is so much easier. And for me, I just turned that, oh my gosh, this could be going on till September. What am I going to do? That energy into, all right, okay, so this is what we're going to do now. And when I come back, I'm going to have that. So I want to come back, use all this nervous and fearful energy into something of excitement, and it's just going to empower me to drive me forward, because I felt like I had nothing before. I felt, even with a business, I just felt like everything was slipping away from me before. And so I've been there and I got through it, and I'll just do the same again. This time, that little bit stronger, a little bit wiser, a little bit smarter. And I feel if we spread that positivity out, it should be contagious. Not everyone's up for that. I know that. I know not everyone likes everything's all great and roses. No, it's not. But that's just a part that but if we start thinking about that, that's what we will get. But if we want to stay in that hole, then the thing is you're just gonna dig deeper and deeper. So remember, don't stop to throw stones on your journey. It's going to consume you. It's going to eat you up. It's going to take that journey longer. Get movement, do something. For me, great. I got here. I've been teaching, live fitness kickboxing. So I've been moving it in there. People have been moving. And sometimes when I do that class, you can see where it's affecting people. I can see on their face. And as soon as they start moving, it's like it clears up. It doesn't go away fully, but it's like you're stocking up some really good, healthy endorphins. And that's so important. So make the most of doing that, but start thinking ahead, and just do that thing that you need to do. And could it go wrong? Yeah, but if you condition yourself to think on solutions, when something does go wrong, you'll be fast to respond to it. You'll be quick to respond. So I got loads of ideas what we could do on social, but of course I got to follow the rules. So, as soon as there's a problem, I feel like I've trained my brain. Maybe it's from being an engineer years ago, but I trained my brain to find a solution for that. And every now and then I'll have a little bit of a moan and a gripe to the people that I really, really trust, that I know, because we're human. So don't keep all that emotion aside, but don't stay there either. Just got to make that change. You're in full control. We are all in full control of how we're feeling. And just turn that negative energy into, empowerment, and just go for that. Is it easy? I don't know. Yes, it's easy. And yes, it's hard at the same time. But if we condition ourselves now, we're in the perfect opportunity to do that. The world's changed. Like it or not, the world's changed. So let's make the most of this time, and let's just go for it and do the things we want to do and see what happens. Change career, whatever. I don't know. Set your own business up. Spread your own positivity out. Share your own stories. I ain't no one special. I'm just a person that went to school and struggled through it a little bit in college, and I just learn. I've learned probably more as an adult ever as I did as a child. But I'm passionate about this, and I'm passionate to see people do well in life and succeed and to feel good about themselves. So take this time, look, with the fear, obviously, with grief, and understand and go for that process as well. That's important. It's okay to cry, of course it is, and it's okay to have those up and down moments. And at the moment, everyone, one way or another, is probably going through some kind of grief curve. But some of us are going to be finding our way out. Some of us are going to be looking for those new things. Others are I remember at the beginning it was that confusion of what's happening, and that's where the anger comes out. That's where we start to chuck these stones that kind of hold us back. We can't kind of go for that a little bit. And right at the bottom is that depressed state, that real sad state. We feel like we can't go anywhere. But you got to remember, with a curve, it comes back up. All right. So we got to go down to bring ourselves back up. And it might be like this sometimes. In one day, and you could go from this side of the curve of what the hell's going on, to depressed, to getting yourself out about it, finding new meaning, up to the top when we're out. But we can't jump over, because that means you kept all these demons inside and we haven't dealt with them. And that'll just be there as a massive weight on your shoulder, and it'll just get heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. So deal with those demons, all right? Get them out, but think ahead and use any negative energy and turn it into a positive one. I was straight on to the live streaming, and to keep my members, my clients engaged, and people I didn't know engaged, to kind of keep them up, and it kept me up. So we worked together in that. Was it new to me? Yeah, of course it was. I'm not used to. I didn't want people coming in my house. They weren't, but through a camera, I didn't want that. But that's what I had to do, and just got on with it. And you know what? Now it seems strange coming in here. So I created a new comfort zone. Step out the comfort zones. And that's definitely where all the cool stuff happens. Oh, thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Grace. All right. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to do my best to get some more videos out. I've literally been so busy keeping this together, the academy and stuff. But I want to get some more videos out. I've got a pretty cool interview lined up for Sunday, but that might be recorded because we're going to do it over Zoom. So yeah, stay in touch and share these videos out. Let's get Mindset Explosion going again, all right? And share your stuff down below. Share fears or whatever. share your dreams, share your goals. That when you talk about them, you put so much more power onto that actually happening. But we can hide our head in the sand, but it's not going away, all right? And just think big, think massive. Think of the things that you never thought you could do and just go and do them. Do a start. You'll find out something along the way. You find out, oh, new stuff that I've learned loads about how Zoom works. I've learned loads about how to set up, well, I had my online university thing, but different things on there. So the more you do, you learn stuff on the way. And you mess up a few times. But you know what? Nothing great ever come from getting it right first time. So we got to mess it up a few times. And look, I'm smiling about it because it's just fun. Because what's the point? Boring is just sat there thinking, shall I? I gone off on one again, haven't I? All right, guys. Peace and love. Stay safe. And turn all that fearful, negative, anything brings you down, turn it around, all right? Get moving and make it something empowering and positive for you and those around you, of course. All right, bye-bye.